Hey guys, what's up? And today I'm gonna do a review on another movie that is made a couple years ago that I really want to talk about, and it will be Mad Max Fury Road, directed by Mr. George Miller. So if you don't know, Mad Max Fury Road is actually the fourth installment in the Mad Max franchise. And the last Mad Max movie is made like 30 years ago, so wow, old. Well, just when you think it's gonna be some old, cheap, cheesy stuff, it's not. It's way more modern and exciting than you think. So yeah, this movie is released in May, and it still somehow got nominated into a lot of Oscars categories and even Golden Globes, as I recall. And man, that is an impressive thing. So first, the plot is really simple. The plot is basically two things. Two things to remember. First, we have the main character, Max, who is captured by the War Boys and Joe, who are bad people. You know, War Boys are basically an army, and Joe was basically the ruler of the world. By the way, if you aren't caught up with the story, the world was basically set in a post-apocalyptic world where everything is just a wasteland. Then we have the War Boys who looked really weird with their white face and their teeth. Just, they just look weird. Most of them are bald. I think all of them are bald even. Anyway, Max is considered a human, and now he's being captured as a slave, as a blood bag. They call them. So they pump blood out of Max to supply the War Boys, and the War Boys are the bad guys. And then on the other side of the story, we have Charlize Theron's character, Furiosa, who is a freaking badass. Wow. So Furiosa was one of the lieutenants of Joe, and one day she started to feel like rebelling against Joe. So she smuggled all five of Joe's wives. And Joe realized that, and Joe was so mad, so he sent an army of trucks just chasing after Furiosa. And one of them were Nux, a Warboy member, and Max, a bloodbag supplying Nux. First of all, let's talk about the acting performance. It's okay. It's not super duper out of the world, or nor it is bad. It's actually okay. It's actually decent. My favorite actor in this movie, however, is Nicholas Hoult, who plays Nux. Nux is not really a villain, because towards the end of the movie, or towards halfway, Nux kind of changed his mind a little bit and having second thoughts, and Nicholas Hoult really captured that really well, and I really like Nux's character. Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron wasn't bad either. They did a pretty nice job on a movie that weren't supposed to be that big in the scale. Anyway, what am I so shocked about in this movie is the color schemes. So the wasteland, everything is brown and orange and yellow. It looks like shit. But the color schemes in this movie is so brilliant that even a post-apocalyptic world looks fantastic. The contrasts between the orange sand on the ground and the blue sky really made the movie 10 times more gorgeous. And there's a scene where a sandstorm hits, and there's all these bombs that are dyed, or I don't know, and there were like red bombs and yellow bombs soaring everywhere over the sky, and that was one of the most colorful scenes I've seen in a 21st century movie. The movie editing was good, and the sound editing and mixing were also pretty good. And because of all these goodness, this movie is nominated for a lot of Oscars, and they actually won a lot in that year. So congratulations to George Miller for stepping up the game and actually making a good fourth installment of a movie that is made 30 years later. And what I really like about George Miller's style on this movie is the bold and brave and hesitant style that he has. It is very ballsy. For instance, just look at the title for this movie, Mad Max Fury Road. All caps, just boom, in the screen, in the frame, just thrown at you, at your face. Just like all the action sequences in this movie, it's at your face, brutal, savage, and bold. And I really find that lovely and cool. It's like heavy metal music in a way. So yeah, it's also kind of gorgeous too because of all the color schemes and the editing and all the production design, the costumes, the makeup. The whole movie is just really gorgeous in a powerful way. So at the end, I'm saying Mad Max Fury Road is mind-blowing, and I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. So, have you watched Mad Max Fury Road? From 1 to 10, how much would you rate it? Give you a like and subscribe if you want more.